Today, we're embarking on a global adventure, exploring the rise and impact of a Brazilian investment firm that's shaken up industries worldwide. 3G Capital. These guys aren't your typical Wall Street suits. Forget fancy MBAs and million-dollar bonuses. Jorge Paulo Lemann, Marcel Telles, and Carlos Alberto Sicupira. The three amigos behind 3G built their empire on a different set of principles: value investing, operational excellence, and a relentless pursuit of efficiency. They purchased numerous well-known international brands, including Burger King, Popeyes, Budweiser, Heinz Ketchup, and many more, thanks to their effective business plan. They even caught the attention of America's largest investor, who partners with them on numerous ventures. 3G Capital is valued at more than $180 billion, and they don't seem to be stopping anytime soon. How did they manage to accomplish all of that? Let's find out. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We count on your support to keep making these great videos for you. Now let's dive in. Lemann, Telles, and Sicupira met in the 70s when they worked together in the financial sector in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. They soon teamed up and established a bank called Banco Garantia. It quickly became one of the most successful banks in Brazil and was called the Brazilian Goldman Sachs by Forbes Magazine. During the next 20 years, their money mushroomed, setting the stage for their soon-to-be starting investment saga. It all began in 1986 when they bought Brahma, the second biggest brewery in Brazil, which had been struggling for the past decade. 3G saw potential where others saw only risk. They bought it, slashed costs, streamlined operations, and voila! Brahma became a national powerhouse. Shortly after, they merged with Antarctica, the biggest brewery in the country, to become Ambev, the company that would soon become the biggest beer conglomerate in the world after merging operations with Belgian company InBev. This was just the beginning. Their ambition, fueled by a healthy dose of audacity, knew no bounds. They set their sights on international domination, one iconic brand at a time. In 2008, the beer world held its breath as 3G pulled off a stunning $52 billion deal, acquiring the American brewing giant Anheuser-Busch. This wasn't just any acquisition, it was a David versus Goliath battle, with the Brazilian upstarts taking on a global icon. But 3G had a plan. They implemented their now famous operational excellence playbook, meticulously analyzing every aspect of AB InBev's operations. Costs were squeezed and profits were soaring. But they didn't stop there. They bought the world's most famous beer brands, several of which came with the acquisition of SAB-Miller. These brands included Budweiser, Bud Light, Corona, Leffe, Miller, Michelob, Busch, Quilmes, Labatt Blue, Skoll, Spaten, Beck's, Hoegaarden, and dozens of other brands. They started by closing down redundant breweries and combined back-office functions, eliminating slow-selling brands and streamlining production. But all these measures brought a lot of criticism. Thousands of employees lost their jobs, both in the US and Brazil, sparking protests and accusations of sacrificing workers for profit, and the quality of ingredients and brewing processes were compromised. But that would be only their first step into a global shopping spree. After that, they took the food industry by storm. Warren Buffett, the world's most famous Wall Street billionaire, became their partner in many acquisitions along the way. Their first major food play was Burger King in 2010. They slashed menus, cut staff, and streamlined operations, boosting profits but facing criticism for sacrificing quality and employee morale. This became the 3G blueprint. In 2014, 3G, partnering with Warren Buffett, set their sights on Tim Hortons, Canada's beloved coffee chain. This deal alone cost the group more than $11 billion. They bought it for a hefty sum, but again, cost-cutting was the name of the game. Menu changes and price hikes upset loyal customers, and the brand's image took a hit. But 3G wasn't done. They merged Tim Hortons with Burger King in 2014, forming Restaurant Brands International. This move aimed to leverage resources and expand globally. Later, Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen was purchased by Restaurant Brands International in 2017 for $1.8 billion, while Firehouse Restaurant Group was acquired in 2021 for $1.0 billion. With these acquisitions, now the group controls over 30,000 restaurants in more than 100 countries. It has helped the company alter its global expansion and produced total shareholder returns that have multiplied by almost 21 times their investment. But they were far from done. After aiming for beverage and fast food chains, they would now go after America's favorite household brands. Next up, Kraft Foods. They went to buy the brand famous for America's favorite comfort food name, famous for its creamy mac and cheese, tangy salad dressing, and melty cheese slices. Partnering with Buffett again, they acquired them in 2015 and merged them with Heinz, forming the food giant Kraft Heinz. Heinz is a household name with over 150 number one or number two brands worldwide, including their world-famous ketchup. Kraft Heinz is now the third largest food company in the world. The cost-cutting continued, leading to product changes, employee layoffs, and even factory closures. In 2017, Kraft Heinz made a $143 billion approach to take over the British-Dutch giant Unilever, a much larger competitor with 120,000 more employees than Kraft Heinz. The merger was eventually abandoned shortly after UK Prime Minister Theresa May had directed regulators to look into the possible deal. So, was the 3G playbook a success? Financially, yes. They delivered high returns to investors. But the human cost was significant, with job losses, employee dissatisfaction, and concerns about product quality. For consumers, the picture is mixed. Some appreciate the efficiency and lower prices, while others lament the loss of brand identity and quality. The debate continues. Are 3G Capital shrewd businessmen or ruthless cost-cutters who prioritize profits over everything else? And what do you think will be their next move? Tell us what you think. Thanks for joining us on this exploration of 3G Capital's journey. What do you think of their approach? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating business stories. See you guys in the next one. Keep it curious.